Welcome, first-time pinballs, to the 1981 International Spectacular Pinball Showdown. This is Jack Shoot Against Schuster here, and with any luck, in just a few short minutes, I'll have you ready to compete in the foremost pinball-only pinball competition. Before we really begin, I'm going to need you to understand some of the competition basics. Now, I know most of you have competed in other lesser events before and are already aware of all this, but bear with me a moment. For the new guys, you know, the first ones in the drain. Green cards increase your pinball speed. Red cards decrease your pinball speed. Blue cards set your pinball speed to a specific number, be it 1, 5, 7, 10, or 100. Do we have any 100 cards left? Whatever, moving on. And white cards have no effect on your pinball speed. You still with me? Hey, you in the back, wake up. We're only just getting started. Long way ahead of us. Moving on. Your path to combinations, bonuses, and scoring those big points devices relies in part on you being able to understand the information on these things we called playfield cards. First, you have the device name and the amount of you score for completing it. Secondly, there's the speed required to successfully complete the device. Thirdly, what effect completing the device will have on your speed. Lastly, there's space for any special effects or bonuses the device might provide. Oh, and if you look carefully, you'll also find the number of times the device can appear in the deck. This can be important for the professionals, for playing your combinations and other things. Now that we've gotten that crap out of the way, let's dive into how we actually start the game. Each one of you is going to get a set of tokens. Now, I hate to do this, but we've had a rash of folks running off of them, using them for God knows what, so we've instituted a $5 fee for each lost token. You have only yourselves to blame. Anyway, moving on. 5 tokens should be flipped speed side up, and the other 15 control side up. Simple enough. The 2 times marker should be set aside, but kept close at hand. You'll be needing it soon. Trust me on that one. One of you needs to deal 10 playfield cards to the other. It doesn't matter who, you don't get bonus points for it, just do it. Just do it. Otherwise you can't play, alright? Now, shuffle the combination deck and turn the number of combination cards face up equal to the number of players in the game. If you don't know how many pinballs we'll be playing, you're one of the slow ones. Get a friend to do it for you. In a 2-player game, there can be no matching playfield devices on combination cards. If you flip over 2 that match, simply set one aside at random and pick a new card to replace it. Lastly, take the wizard mode card and place it by the combination cards you just set out. I'll get to what that is later. You'll want to determine who the first player is and hand them the first player token. Personally, if I made the rules, this will be done with a wrestling match or some other sort of test of strength. Now this is the fun part. First things first, you're going to flip a card up from the playfield deck. Then each of you will select one card from your hand and place it face down in a pile. The first player has the responsibility of shuffling these cards and revealing them by flipping them up one by one and placing them next to the other playfield card that was flipped. These are the devices that you were able to steer towards this turn. Then, starting with the first player, each of you may take any of the following actions. Or none. Do you think I care? Do what you want. Alright, first up is what we in the biz call steering. As the name implies, you may steer yourself toward a playfield device by utilizing your control. That is, placing any number of control tokens on it. If another pinball has already rudely placed control tokens on the device you were running for, collide with them by placing any number of control tokens on the device greater than the number they've placed. Sure, they'll get their control token back, but you'll have that sweet, sweet device all to yourself. By the way, if you were the one who just got smacked off what was previously your device, firstly, I'm not sorry to hear that. Being sorry is for losers, and Jack Shoot Against Schuster is a winner. Plain and simple. Secondly, I need you to know that when you return your control tokens to the token pile, you can return them in any combination of control or speed tokens. The choice is yours. Next up is as simple as they come, increasing your speed. What, do I really need to explain this to you? Vroom vroom. Pedal to the metal. Go faster. Still don't get it? If you want to increase your speed, simply take any number of control tokens, count them up, then flip them over to their speed side. Of course, you'll also have to throw away an equal number of control tokens, but that's the cost of living life in the fast lane. Make sense? Lastly, If you ever find yourself eyeing a particularly juicy card in the discard pile, feel free to take it. Well, maybe free isn't the right word here. Like everything else in life, this too has a price. And that price is 2 of your precious control tokens, which must be removed from the game permanently to pay for the card you took. Once all of you had a chance to take actions, it's time to resolve the round. Those of you who have control tokens on playfield cards claim your winnings, first by removing the control tokens you spent from the game. As I said, everything has a price. Then, you each change your speed by flipping over control and speed tokens as indicated on the playfield card. Gaining speed means flipping over control tokens and turning them into speed tokens. While losing speed means flipping over speed tokens to... well, I think you get the picture. You then place the card in its respective score pile. Then, any of you losers who didn't win a playfield card get a pity card. That's right, in turn order, each of you can take one of the remaining cards for free, and then resolve them just as I explained previously. Remember, this is for losers only. Winners can feel free to mock them for not having the guts to bid and win like real pinball wizards. Finally, the last unclaimed card is placed into the discard pile. If by some chance any of you fail to meet the requirements to complete a card, you fail like an idiot, and place the card in the discard pile. This also makes you one of the losers. What's worse, almost, is that any uncompleted cards still force you to flip speed tokens over the control tokens, except this happens regardless of whether the card would normally make you gain or lose speed. You just lose speed equal to the number of speed number on the card. For the slow ones out there, here's an example. If this playfield card was attempted and failed, you would lose 2 speed by flipping over 2 speed tokens to the control side. Now we're going to check and see if anybody has dropped to a speed of 0, or as it's called in the pinball biz, drained. If any of you drain during the first 5 turns of the game, don't panic. Autosave is on, and you'll soon be shot back onto the field with 5 speed tokens. If one of you drains once autosave is off, that means after turn 5, that means the game is over, and we go to scoring. One last thing before we discuss scoring. Combination cards. At the end of each turn, each of you will check to see if you've completed the requirements of one of the combination cards on the field. If you have, claim it! It's yours. Congratulations, hero. Speaking of heroes, if any combination cards are claimed, the Wizard Mode card is flipped to on, and we all know what that means. Yes! Double scoring is activated for the next turn. Any playfield cards scored during the next turn will be placed into your 2-time scoring pile. Way to win big, champ. It is important to note that bonus points never double, and completed combination cards are never placed in the 2-time scoring pile. No triple dipping! The first player marker is now passed to the player on the left, and the next round begins. The game will end after 10 turns, or after a loser drains, and autosave isn't on to hold their hand. Me, personally, I never drain. I just keep playing. Be like me, will ya? At the end of the game, players total up their score piles and add 100 points for each token they have left regardless of which side is up. The player with the highest score wins. This has been Jack Shoot Again Schuster for Shoot Again Games. Quarter up, pinballs. May the pinball with the highest score win.